EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the North Star State, where the sounds of the Yaller Horn and the Skol chant echo throughout U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7, as it'll be the Chicago Bears. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And trotting out there, a guy who's established himself as a veteran in this league, now in his 5th year at quarterback.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
To the air with McCarthy. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A big kick, 50 yards that time, with a return of 4. And the Bears take over, looking to put a drive together. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23. The numbers for Swift in last week's ball game. 14 carries, 113 yards, and a score.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff, because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. The Vikings offense, led by their running back, headed out for the 2nd possession. And he's run the ball well to this point in the season, right there in the mix for NFL leaders in rushing.
Brings up 2nd and 17.
Looking to throw McCarthy. Under pressure, and they got to him again. They're certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up. He lets one go deep for Addison. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And taken right at the 35. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Chicago offense set to get started. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point, because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Williams. That's out to the flat for Swift. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Here now, 3rd and a yard.
A gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll try and run here with Swift. And it was a stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled.
That's good for the Bears. First down. A gain of 3 on the play. First down, Chicago.
Working out of the gun, Williams. A pass complete to Odunze. And the Bears are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's another Bears.
Throwing is Williams. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. And now out comes Minnesota. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Jalen Johnson on the coverage.
Now a handoff up the middle. Costa. And not much room to speak of. They'll get about 3 up to the 41.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they got the lead right now, beginning this drive 1st and 10. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Looking to throw is Williams. He's got the Michigan man, Colston Loveland. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Gain of 10 yards.
To throw, Williams. There's a short one caught by Loveland. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
3-yard pickup.
Throwing again here, Williams. There's a short one caught by Loveland. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete.
That's another Bears first down. It's a gain of 10. And the Bears first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And they will only muster a yard here at the 38. From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Once again, it's Swift. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
It's a gain of 16 yards. And the Bears first down.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. From the gun, here's Williams. And this is incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Well, Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they've got a...
Colston Loveland, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Bears go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0.
Vikings.
A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll keep it on the ground. Costa. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now McCarthy. And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
This is taken at about the 14. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bears offense and Caleb Williams set to go to work once more. And as you see on the graphic, he's right up there with the best in the league when it comes to throwing touchdowns. Currently 2nd in the NFL at this point of the season. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
It's a gain of 18. That's good for the Bears. First down.
To throw, it's Williams. He'll get this into the hands of Odunze. Here's a 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and
to the air. Williams. Pass complete to Loveland. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 35. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. From the gun, here's Swift. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. So as they talk it over, we step aside. First down, and they go with Swift again. And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
Behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 15-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Williams. To the left side, there's the tight end, Musgrave. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
A gain of 10 yards, and it's 3rd down.
Looking to throw, Williams. Touchdown, Bears! Rome Odunze from 4 yards out. And the Bears have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And out now come the Vikings. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
On the play. And the Vikings first down.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
J.J. McCarthy.
No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Campbell on the stop. No gain on the play. brings up second.
In motion right is Addison.
At the 50-yard line.
Throwing is McCarthy.
And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting 50% thus far.
But certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now.
Here's McCarthy.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw him break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
The Bears offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. They'll start on the ground with Swift.
And they work this out past the 25.
65 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
First down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Williams now. From the gun, he'll throw. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
13 yards on the play.
They run out of the gun with Swift. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Over the middle is going to find Burden.
A 7-yard gain. And the Bears first down.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
Williams looking to do it himself.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
At the 7-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Williams. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Bears go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. So the numbers are starting to pile up here early on. We have yet to reach halftime, yet that is already now 4 touchdown passes.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 28-0.
Vikings nothing.
So that drive goes 8 plays. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away.
And able to get this out to the 25. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. But Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Inside the 20.
And they will score. A pick 6 for the
Excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half.
Vikings, nothing.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half. Throwing after the interception. McCarthy. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 32-yard line.
Operating from the gun. McCarthy. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Back to throw. McCarthy. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to get the football back at their own 17. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. Here's Williams throwing to start the drive. He's got space past the 25. And he's going to get this all the way up to the 30-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
That's good for a Bears first down. A gain of 14.
Now Williams, a final shot before break. Pass caught by Burden. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. Starting to feel like fall outside, isn't it? Week 7 on the schedule. Let's get right into it. Our look at the NFL starts now. It begins in the mile-high city of Denver. The Broncos at home for an AFC West tilt against Kansas City. And it's Bo Nix. A touchdown pass here from 23 yards out. The Broncos come away with a 4-point victory. Why don't we go over to Charm City now? Check in on the Ravens as they host the Indianapolis Colts. And the former rushing champ has still got it, Jonathan Taylor. 54 yards to the house. The Colts with a 4-point lead, 17-13 at the half. Got one more to show you right now. Let's go to Foxborough. It's the Patriots taking on the Detroit Lions. And this is the Lions quarterback. He connects on a 19-yard touchdown pass. The Lions with a big lead on the road at the half. With that, a look at the rest of the action going on. Remember, bye weeks are in play, so the schedule a little lighter than it's been in weeks past. Meanwhile, our game has not been all that competitive, a one-sided affair through 2 quarters, as we send you back out to the stadium with Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's in the midst of a very solid season, currently second in the NFL in passing yards. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears' offense. Throwing to start the drive. Williams. Second and a couple.
To number 86. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2.
Looking to throw. Williams. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Swift going to try up the middle. And this one not going anywhere. They get at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Right back to Swift again on second down. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 105 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
To the left side into the hands of Odunze.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
11 more yards. That's another Bears.
Back to throw now on first down.
That's to the right side, caught by Burden.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
A gain of 2. Brings up second and 8.
Williams operating from the gun. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
And incomplete. Brings up third down and 8 yards to go.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 12-yard line.
That's another Bears first down. First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Here's a handoff to Swift.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown.
DeAndre Swift, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Bears take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
And now out comes Minnesota. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
The Vikings first down. First and 10.
To the air with McCarthy.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Incomplete. Brings up second and 10.
Looking to throw McCarthy. Completes this to Addison out left.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down.
Brings up third.
Throwing again, McCarthy.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on third down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
The Chicago offense set to get started.
That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, then you mix it up a little bit with play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
Chicago.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here's Williams. A pass complete to Odunze. Here now, 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 37-yard line.
On the handoff, this is Swift.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Down right at the line of scrimmage.
Here's 3rd and 3.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 4.
Throwing is Williams.
Well, it's a shovel pass, and it's complete. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here.
The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So you've got to find a way to quell that because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. He's got his man on the crossing route. This is Higgins.
A gain of 12 yards. And the Vikings.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having because so far in this game, this defense has not just had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps, to everything they've done. They've had an answer for everything this offense has thrown at them.
To throw, Williams.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Now 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Looking to throw is Williams.
He's going to rifle one deep left side.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford any more at this point.
That's good. For the Bears, first down. First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And it's third down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack. Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on to kick it away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Looking to put a drive together.
Now McCarthy.
Can't get away, and he's taken down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
18 at the 12-yard line.
Back to throw. McCarthy trying to drop one in, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That's pulled in at the 32. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes. And he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Now a 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 41-yard line.
To throw, it's Williams. He'll look middle here and get it to Odunze.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll run here with Swift. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now. He's been terrific so far. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And the Vikings now heading on to the field.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
No gain on the play.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. The Vikings send out their punter. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
This offense making its way back out, led by their running back. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And it's all but certain that this win streak is going to extend another week. Just another tremendous performance in this one.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Here's 3rd and 10.
A 1-yard loss on the play. It's now 3rd and 10.
To the air, Williams. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt.
And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10.
On play action, McCarthy.
They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 41-yard line.
Throwing is McCarthy.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down from the gun, McCarthy.
And that is incomplete. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away.
The Bears take over.
This offense and their running back headed back onto the field. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
I'm just wondering, do they want to add on to this gigantic lead? My guess, given how they like to play and how explosive this offense is, Charles, that they're not content being up by this margin. They probably want more.
And if they do, go and get more. Look out. At that point, let's just aim the camera for the post-game handshake, because that one might be a little bit on the tense side, the way that this one is turning out.
We'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there. From the 47 now, they work with a 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now a carry for Swift.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
He's across midfield.
It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm.
A 5-yard gain on the play. And the Bears first down.
Here's Swift. And he's got it to about the 40. Now 2nd and 5.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now the first carry here for the running back. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
The tackle made back at the 44-yard line.
So not just a blowout win for them today, Charles, but a shutout blowout win as well. Clearly just a superior effort on both sides of the ball.
Hey, didn't it feel like